Hi, this is Diana Sescalini, and we're going to be doing recorded lectures for managerial accounting. Now, I'm going to park myself up in the corner here so that I'm up here. This is actually going to be, we're going to start with chapter 15, which if you are using the single book of managerial accounting is the same as chapter 1. Just remember that, okay? So we're going to start talking about introduction to managerial accounting concepts and different principles. And so just to reiterate, just so in case you guys haven't taken classes for a while, there's two different types of accounting information, financial and managerial, and we are taking managerial. Think of it as 1A, accounting 1A and accounting 1B. And different accounting types focus on different things. When you're taking financial accounting, you're focused on financial statements and external users. But when I'm doing managerial accounting, I'm looking internally. And so I'm looking at reports that people within the company would actually be concerned about. And I typically don't test on this information. So the major differences are in financial accountings, it's all about external, and its information is, these are the information, different statements that we're going to focus on: income statement, retained earnings, balance sheet. But this is accounting 1A or financial accounting. That's not what we're doing. We're doing managerial accounting. How do I, as a company manager, decide what I need to do in order to manage my company efficiently? So think of it as 1A or financial accounting is mostly for service industries and companies that sell things. From a managerial accounting perspective, think of it as a manufacturing, because we're going to be looking at the cost of things. So here are differences between the two, and I'm not going to go over them. You can actually read them on the PowerPoint. And here's more differences. The big thing about managerial accounting is in financial accounting, we had to do reports according to GAAP, but not in managerial accounting. We don't have to do that. So that's the biggest difference. Well, the first thing we're going to talk about is an org chart or an organization chart. So in managerial accounting, we actually have the company broken down into different sections. It's easier in order to figure out who's responsible for what. So this is considered an organization chart for Callaway Golf Company. I've got the president and CEO, and by the way, CEO stands for Chief Executive Officer. And then I have vice presidents underneath them, senior vice presidents, I'm sorry. And then I have vice presidents underneath that. So here's my HR, here's my managing director, and here's my plant manager. So this is just, we're going to go over the accountability, whose responsibilities are what in managerial accounting. So we need to look at everybody in this company is either a line responsibility or a staff responsibility. And so we're going to talk about which ones are which. So a line responsibility is anybody who's directly related to providing the goods to the customers. Anybody directly contacting customers. So here are the examples of line departments or line responsibilities. Senior VP of equipment, the plant manager, the senior VP of the particular brand, and the managing director. So anybody who's in a line department or has line responsibilities directly involved with providing my products to the customers. Whereas staff accountability has more to do with the different departments. So staff department has no direct authority over any particular line, but it involves providing services and assistance to other employees in other departments. And so based upon the org chart, here are my staff positions: VP of HR, the CFO, and the controller, because they actually help and assist other departments in the company. And so I'm not going to really talk about all this stuff here, the managerial accounting and the organization. I don't test upon this. It's good to know it, but you don't really need to know it for this class. But I do want to talk about something near and dear to my heart, and that's called the management process. Now, so at this point, I'm going to stop at this slide. I like to keep my videos 5 minutes or less. I'm going to stop at this point, and our next slide will be the management process.